Well, I figured it out. Logitech software that's holding me up from turning this thing off. So we got one up anyway. Last night after the show ended, I finished up the top of this tip, and it just needs a little bit of sanding to get it perfectly shaped in. But now we're going to do the bottom. So it takes quite a bit more time to do this than I figured it would take, but that's the way it goes. So I need to take my pattern here and relieve it for this box. Let's see here. So it's got to go this way. And then this way. So we don't want to cut it too deep, right? So I'll cut that back. I would rather ease into it than cut it all at once and lose it. So I'll leave the line on so I can sand it. This this type of streaming or whatever, there's guys that do video on there, but it shows no mistakes. It shows how, hey, Alexander, doesn't show how they corrected those mistakes or whatever. And anybody that's built model airplanes is going to make mistakes. It's just the way it is. Unless you're building a kit, and even then, there's mistakes made. But I don't like building kits. I like designing my own stuff, making my own parts. That way I get what I want. So that's how that pattern goes, right? Like so. We're going to have to cut this back to here to clear the lead outs. So it gets right there. I figured that the slider would be easier, but I think this is easier. Bring it forward a little bit. There we go. I'll get that out of the way before I get the big piece on there, because it's going to hinder the placement. Effectively, this basswood is going to become part of the runner. So it needs to be sanded at an angle. It's a little bit more this way. Okay, I need a 3/8 piece exactly like this. Should have this done today, and then I can move on to hinging, flap hinging tonight, bell crank mounting. taking way longer to build this than I thought it would, but I am getting it the way I want it. So let's see here. We want the grain to run that way. I guess it'd be best like that. Thank you, Jim Lynch. I ordered that new hotspot. I don't know when it'll be in, but next week maybe. Maybe in time for FCM. FCM is next week. We didn't go to Detroit for the simple fact money. And I just don't have the funds to do all these events. About $200 a throw. Consider gas and a motel. It just gets expensive. I don't know what the hell happened to the saw. There it is. I hope you guys are getting something out of all this. Sure is a pain in the rear to do it. But I don't mind doing it as long as it's helping somebody. You just learn one trick out of every video. It's worth it. Not only that, I guess I keep you company while you're sanding. If I'm talking. So we need to cut this just a little more. We'll sand it. I'm going to use this spacer. Oh, we got something here. 3:30 a.m. Yeah, sorry. What are you doing up? You should be getting ready to go to work. Of course, most guys that do this don't need to go to work, but I do. Almost caught up. As long as I don't do any stupid stuff like buy stuff I don't need. Yesterday there was a swap meet out at the field, and John called me, and I said, well, let me stop by the bank and pick up some money. And I got to thinking on the way, well, it's RC stuff. Probably won't be nothing I absolutely can't live without there, so nah, I'll just skip it. Okay. Now this is up slightly here, so we're going to put this as a spacer. Probably could use a 16th instead of a 3/32. I think we'll do a 16th. Make it easier on my end. Let's see here. All this business needs to be pretty much thought out ahead of time. Okay, so let's see here. This will be like that. I think this will make it easier on me. And after it's sanded round, your eye won't perceive that 16th of an inch. Okay, what does it say over here? It says, same here, mate, but not working at the moment because of the, yeah, looking forward to awesome. Same here, mate, but not working at the moment because of the COVID. Looking awesome, as usual. Oh, okay. Thank you much. Hopefully it'll look good when it's done. I'm going to go, after this video, I'm going to go over to Walmart and replenish the ink for my inkjet printer. And I'm going to print up those, that nomenclature to see if I need to resize it. Now, I won't need that for probably 2 months, but I've been saving, everything I do is moving forward on this airplane. Trying to get canopies and trying to get molds and stuff. And that's the only way you make any progress. If you just say, well, we'll do it later, well, later never comes. Okay. Let's see how that works. I'll put that on the bottom so you can't see it. Perfect. Perfect. Now we just need this to fit right. There we go. So what happened was, because this tip block is just a little bit thicker than 3/8 here, it's 3/8, 7/16. I had to add a 16th to it, but you'll never see it when it's rounded over. Your eye won't be able to perceive that. especially on the inboard side on the bottom. So let's get a little glue. And oh, that heavy CA, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Now I gotta cut another damn tip. Shit. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's it. We might have to add a piece of balsa there. A 1/8" piece, that'll work. I don't know whether that'll show on the covering or not, but we'll put it in there just in case, and whatever sands out, sands out. I'll use 1/8 instead. Find a piece. No strength here, simply cosmetic for when the covering goes on. Yeah, damn stuff. Should have ordered CA while I was at it, but I just ordered tops. Okay. Let's see what they said on the form there. Any chance who that doofus was? Yeah, no, I have no idea. Is somebody trolling, I guess? I have no clue. Okay, yep, still got a spot for the lead outs to go through. I think we'll run a drill in that back one though. Let's see here. Just to clear it out. 16, 7/64. There we go. 132. Didn't need to, it's clear. Wish I was in St. Louis. I got a little ball mill that goes on my Dremel. I had to quit watching before I said something that would have gotten removed but from YouTube. Well, I did say something and they demonetized it, so I hurt somebody's feelings, I guess. Doesn't matter. You guys know me. If I get kicked off, I'll have another out. This ain't the only place. It ain't like I'm making millions of dollars on here. We'll go to Rumble or Vimeo or someplace, or I host them myself. Okay, so now the back half of this is done. I need to make this front piece and fit it on, and we'll worry about sanding this in to the block. So this basswood block will be sanded down to the center line. So it's going to look a little askew, but I think it will be a whole lot better than that big old wide open slot. I think it'll be a whole lot better. So I need, here we go, this block here. We'll start knocking this down. Probably should turn it over and do it from the other side so I can see what I'm doing. I don't need this stuff, but put it back over here on the bench. Let's see here. Yep. I'm gonna flip this all this stuff on the floor. If any of the jokers on there that want to criticize me think they can build better, please step up and show me something. Everybody knows how good Bob Hunt is, and Hunt told me once, and I don't think he was blowing my chain. He said I'm probably one of the top 10 in the world builders. Not flyers, but builders. So a lot of guys can cut foam and put monocoat on, but how many can engineer their stuff, build it out of wood, and finish it with dope? Thank you, Kevin. Well, everybody that watches me and knows that I hang out with John, don't cut John short, because since he started finishing my way, his airplanes got extremely light and straight. I mean, he's a good craftsman. So John's right there now too. The biggest killer of these stunt planes is paint. I'm telling you. Everybody wants a shiny front row airplane. Yeah, they're nice. Front row is nice, but it's going to cost you. What's the difference between front row and second row? 10 ounces. Yeah, I'm going to have to roll that in there now that I think about it, because there won't be any way to transition from this to that, because its stopping point would be there. And we'll just put a little gusset in there. What I get a kick out of is that RC guys could learn a lot from what I'm doing, but nobody builds RC airplanes anymore anyway. They build them out of foam and crap. They're just cheap toys. Back in the day, RC airplanes were all built like this. Anybody know the year Top Flight came out with Monopuke? About 60 something. 69, I think, 68 or 9. It really didn't start taking hold until the 70s. I think I better stop until I get that piece made. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem for me. Okay, let's make the piece up. I already had it rough drawn out on a piece of wood, and it is rough. I go through the cutting and the fiddling and the farting and the shit. See, if I had a jigsaw or a table saw, it'd take about 2 minutes to cut that thing out right to the line, but I got to do it this way. Everybody knows that I'm running Dan Winship hardware, but here's a Winship horn that was made for Gary Hayjack in the 90s. Look at that, it's like jewelry. All polished, beautiful. My horn, which went where? Uh-oh. I think I've lost it in the crap. There's a little plug. There's the bell crank. Where did my horn go? It'll take me an hour to find that now. It disappeared. The house ate it. It's already got a wire soldered to it. Oh, there it is. It fell down on the floor. There. This here's a Dan Winship horn. Not quite as nice as the other one, but still well doable. Some schmutz on that. Just sand that off. I'll probably get these in today too. It'll be fine. Okay, let's cut this up, even though it's the part I hate. Yeah. Still haven't bought me a Japanese back saw. The reason being is the teeth are so coarse. If I could find a real fine tooth back saw, that's what I'd use. What paper are you using there? 100? No, 80. If I was in St. Louis, I'd be using 36. 30, I use heavy grit to shape and then step down to finish. Now this next trick to get this to fit on is going to be something. This will be on and off at least 10 times. And that's why these type tips take so long. I think it's worth it. And I'm going to make doors and covers. I'm probably 10 days out from finishing the wing. Okay, so this goes on like so. First thing we're going to have to do is sand that square so that it fits right. Looks pretty good. And then we have to mark this. And excavate some material from here. So I'm going to have to cut that out, and it's going to have to be cut out. Okay, so we need how much? That much. Gotta come down here and across there. All this is thinking this stuff out, you know. And I did a lot of thinking on this, how to do this the night before last and last night to figure out how to get this oddball shape that I'm doing here. Because normally these are centered on the Super Tiger airplanes. They're centered right on the wing line. But because this one's dropped, it creates a little bit of a problem. And does everybody understand why I'm dropping it? Part of trim. Because of the weight of the pipe is under the center line of the airplane. The center of gravity. Lateral center of gravity. And that causes the outboard wingtip to ride high. So if you drop the lead outs, that brings the outboard tip down. So you use less tip weight. Always thinking about those weight things. Of course, I know there's some guys who take the tip weight out of their airplane when they weigh them, or take the tank out or some nonsense. I don't feel like I want to do that. Boy, these Excel clone X-Acto copies are absolute garbage. The blade holders and the blades. But everything's made in China. I don't know where X-Acto is made, but we don't care too much about the inside here because it gets all cut away, but I got to get it on there and get it put down where it belongs so I can get the outside shaped first before I can rough the inside. There we go. Look at that. Just like I knew what I was doing. Got to go down a little bit more though, 1/8 of an inch more. But better to take off too little than too much. And even if you take too much off, you can fix it, but it's glue and wood and T. Michael Jennings, if you're watching, you still got that sign up in your shop? Finish starts with the first piece of wood cut. That's so true. That's my... Hey, what's the story, Larry? I had it on there. There it is. Nope. A little bit more. Do I? Oh, that's fine. That's fine where it is. I think we need to cut this back a little bit though. Let's sand that. What happened to the stick? That's right. Billy Warridge is doing fine, and I'll see him in a week or so. 2 weeks, I guess. I don't know. He'll be fine. There we go. Okay, now I can trace out the tip shape. Damn, I cut too much again or what? Yeah. So we'll put this piece back. Just what I didn't want to do. That enough? Nope. 16th. See, one little cut in the wrong spot, and you'll find out that you got to add back, just like I got to do. I thought it was, I didn't pay attention. I thought that it'd be fine, and it wasn't. But it's not a big deal. Just added piece. Remember, part of building is knowing how to get out of these spots. It's called pulling rabbits. Pulling rabbits out of your rear. And the more you build, the better you'll get at it. Let's see if that fixed it. If it's not long enough. Damn. Well, we'll make it long enough. I'll just cut this right straight across and stick it in there if it works. Okay. Yep, that's it. Yep. That is mo better. So we know that's gonna fit. Let's put that right there. That'll be cut out anyway. What the hell's biting me? Let's see here. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Hey, there's one guy that'll understand what I said yesterday when I was in Walmart and saw that girl. ¿Tú tienes un carte verde? No. ¿Dónde eres? Zacatecas? Yeah. Okay. Bienvenidos todos unidos. Yeah, welcome. Thank you, Joe Biden. Okay, let's see. Is that better? Almost perfect. Why won't that sit down on there perfect? What's going on here? That's what Emilio will have to say. Thank you. Muchas gracias, Emilio. I don't know. It's just like there's something there holding it up. I don't know what it is. Let's try this. There we go. Now, I just put the 1/8 in there to fill up that hole, and now I got to sand it back down at least a 32nd. What the heck is going on? Yeah, keep sanding. Something got to give. It's either this tip or the hardwood. Take a little off the hardwood and see what happens. Yeah, we're getting close. Take a little off this. Yeah. Take a little right there. We are close now. Not quite perfect. Could have got by with a piece of 3/32. This is pretty important. I mean, if you want the tips to look super nice, you got to have tight joints. On and off, on and off. There we go. Close enough. Okay, now let's mark it out like I need to. Gotta be up like that. I'll rough cut this baby. The inside, the outside. Okay. Okay, that's the outside. We'll do this to the inside here. And then we got to do we're just taking away everything that doesn't look like a wingtip block, that's all. Okay, sit down and sand, carve, cut. I think it'd be best if I chop some more off with a saw. Close enough. Put it back on and check. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we'll spend 5 minutes roughing it in. Then I'll rough it, hollow it out. Then I'll put it on and take it off, and put it on and take it off at least a dozen more times. Why is that what held up there? I think there's some glue holding it up or something. Close. I got a big mess to clean up today. Weekend of working. I'm just going to get it close. We're going to tack it on and grind it with 80 grit until it looks like a wingtip. Then cut it back off. And then hollow it out. And we glue it on, and we'll leave it big so I got some sanding room. Anybody watching this that's under 18 years old, never carve toward yourself. Don't do as I do as I say. Never use saws without a guard. And never cut toward yourself. Keep your eye on the blade all times. Okay, that's probably close enough to glue it on, tack it on, sand it in. Like I said, this will be on and off at least 10 times. I know for sure. Was watching Japanese woodworkers. They can shave with a plane wood so thin you can see through it. 6 mil. I would like to have one of those planes. It must be super sharp. Man, we got a long ways to go. We'll sand it in. I don't want a chance cutting it in. We'll sand it in. The Astro Hog Dan Winship is going to do on his channel. I sold it to him. I don't have time to do all these projects. I've got this one to finish. Then I got a Cobra that I need to finish. My Ringmaster 576 is for sale, but it's for local pickup only because the wing's been glued together, the controls are in it, the fuselage is sanded to shape. I got an LA 46 for that. I'm not going to finish that because I'm not much interested in profile. I'm more interested in stuff like this, scale warbirds, you know, finishing out these things to look. Yeah, I need to take that Astrahog build thread thing off the channel and direct it over to Dan Winship's channel. But don't look for that to happen anytime soon. Right, Dan, as you sit there in your easy chair watching me? Well, we'll see. You know what? He said it best. It's all priorities. There's only so much time in a day. How do you want to allot it? When I'm working here, I don't drink, so I don't go to bars. I don't have anything to do. I live in my shop. There's nothing for me to do except for build model airplanes. So we might as well build model airplanes. Okay, we're going to tack this on three or four drops, which is like a flood with this tip of CA. It's going to be a bitch to cut off, but I'll have to get it off somehow. Yep. It appears that I'm going to have to, I won't worry about it after I get it sanded to shape. Looks like I'm going to have to stick a 16th or a 32nd in that. Yeah, we can do it now. No, I'll sand it to shape and then glue it on there and refit it. Everything's a compromise. I got to turn the air conditioner on. Yeah. Someday it'll come on. Winship models. If you go to my homepage, it's featured down at the bottom. He's a featured channel. Along with Walt Burnell collection. I don't know why they just asked me to feature him, so I did. Okay, let's get this. I'd say we need a new piece of sandpaper on here. There comes the air. It's about 300 degrees in here. Let's go ahead and put paper on both sides. If you guys aren't using these Durablocks, you're missing out. think I got on with, no, I didn't get on with that. I only got one camera running, so I can't switch back and forth. Something's wrong with my Logitech software. It won't allow me to boot up for some reason. So you can have two different grades of sandpaper on the same block. Handy. I need to get an Amazon affiliate so that I can put links in the description and they can give me credit for it. I don't know how to do it. I suppose when I get back to St. Louis and quit working, I'll have to sit down and figure all that out again. At least I'll make a little on products that I use. Tape. We need tape on there. Okay, the grinding begins. Oh, I need one other piece on there. We need a square, 3/8 square piece of lumber. Now this tip is a little different because of the way it's laid out, so we're going to put a 3/8 square transition piece right there. I'll show you how that works. This is only for aesthetics, it's not for strength. But if you don't do it, the covering will pucker. Right there. And we ain't having no pucker covering. Might as well get it sanded in with the rest of this stuff. This is 100 on this side, this is 80 on this side. 180, 100 on that block. Yeah, I'm just sit down and enjoy myself. It's gonna be a while. I have a 16th inch slit right there that I was trying to alleviate, but couldn't get it done, so I have to glue a filler in there. Not a big deal. Oh, I shouldn't have glued that piece on. Damn. Oh well, I'll have to cut it off. Put a new, sand a new one in there, because I forgot I got to cut this tip off. It's all about those cases of elbow grease now. Sweat equity. How good do you want it? I'll get this wing all done, and then I'll have to go back and detail sand it probably 3-4 more times, because it's not good enough. Because this airplane is going to be as good as the one I'm replacing from 2007. Of course, Ty Marcucci's got a good example of one that I was building. I sold it to Tom Morris, and Tom Morris sold it to Ty. Okay. I don't know if Ty's even got it done or what he's done. Yeah. It was in paint. It was gray. It was a bubble top. We need to cut that round in there now, so I can at least get past it. See what's being said there. I wish I could see better. Oh, that's still the same comment. Who's Dan? What's Dan's channel? only way to get things like this is to sit down and do it. Man, long ways away. Hour and 16 minutes. I'm only going to run 2 hours, and then I'll do the rest off camera, and I'll be back. So we got 45 more minutes together. It takes what it takes. Man, it's so far away, it's ridiculous. 1/16 of an inch. 16 doesn't sound like much, but when you're standing like this, it's a long way. I'd like to try to do this with 600 sandpaper. It'd take you a lifetime to get it down. And I know guys who do stuff like that. Now we can't use 80 grit. Wonder how the Detroit contest is doing. $13 watchers. Hit them that like button. We only got, oh yeah, we got 13. That's good. I might as well go ahead and put my tip in so I can sand down to it. My tip rib. No, I can't do that because I got to cut this out. That's right. Yeah, we'll get it close and I'll cut it off and get it hollowed out, and then I'll put the tip rib in. I'll show you how I come up with that. So I need a piece for by hand because it's starting to take a strange shape here. Let's see. We're almost there. So what do you think? Is this a good way to do things? I got a hard spot right there. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Come on. Get a knife. No, that ain't it. Okay, where did this go? There it is. So we got this there. This will probably have to be redone when I cut the tip off, but at least I can sand that in. It'll give me an idea where I need to be anyway. Okay. Okay, I think it's close enough that I can cut it off and hollow it and then glue it back on and finish it out. Just got to remember to put that 16th inch piece right there. Make sure that's right width. Yep. 16. Maybe 3/32. Let's try 3/32. That's 16. Yeah, 3/32 is going to be too much. I don't want to sand. Let's try it though. Yeah, it's too much. So 16th. That's okay. I'll leave that twist on there. We'll see if we can get it off. Let's see, it's up here. Okay, so much for that. Now we just got to hollow this out, at least get it close. Let's see, scale steel. If you get this stuff down to 2 grams, come on, there we go. So we're starting off at 5 grams. So I'll get this down to 1 gram. Because we're going to take the bulk of this out of it. Yeah, maybe not 1 gram. It'll be 2 grams anyway. I'm going to leave it a little thicker here because I don't know the shape of it quite yet. You know what? I don't have to go get that ink. I can go get that tomorrow. Why do something today for something you can put off till tomorrow? We're building airplanes and having fun. Would be a disaster to screw this up though. Man, a lot of work to make this part. How many of you guys have seen me put canopies on and I always say you got one shot? And then there was that joker. I was making mistakes. Yeah, okay. Show me how to put a canopy on. I guess we could build an ARF. That would be impressive. And Bob Giske said, if you don't go through while you're hollowing, you're not doing it thin enough. I guess I don't go through. I'm not doing it thin enough because I do not like to go through hollowing. Man, it's a disaster. So we need a piece of 16th up there before I put it back on. I got to leave this a little thicker than I do normally because it's not really finished shaped. It's just roughed because I've got to glue this all together for a final shape. So we're going to lose probably a couple of grains or gain a couple of grains, but ain't nothing I can do about it. Doing a tip this way is, I suppose if I sat down and thought about it, I could figure it out, but it ain't worth the 1 or 2 grains I'm going to save. Because I just don't know where I'm at on the outside shape. But we'll knock it down level. Okay, let's see what it weighs. Started at 5. We're at 2 now. So it gets the finger glue treatment. Piece of sandpaper, drop a CA, stick your finger on it. Don't do this at home. It gets hot. You don't have to, well, this is absolutely not necessary to sand the inside of everything like I do. But if you want to get the most weight out of it, that's how you do it. And the personal satisfaction to know that your airplane looks just as good inside as it does outside. Because what I'm doing here will not register on the scale. I mean, it would if I had a gun scale and I was measuring grains, but 2 grams for this part is plenty light enough. Because there ain't no way you can get it to 1. It'd have to be non-existent. And of course, I'm going to sand some more off the outside, so Got to leave a little thickness there. Okay. What a mess I got going here. Vacuum cleaner and some inkjet ink. That's what I was going to buy today. My vacuum just doesn't work very good. I cleaned out the air filters and it's just not a good one. Dust devil. Okay. Close enough. I think that was a safe cracker or something. Let's see here. It says, I learned that the hard way with one of the tries of the Peatland Spitfire Marks, okay? Okay, I need a piece of 16th shim in here. We'll put it on the tip here. Put it on the tip and then cut it off. You don't want any open gaps. You want everything filled with wood, so hence the 16th inch shim. Even if I got to sand it down. Okay. I think everybody's going to build a Thunderbolts now because Dan's talking about it, John's talking about it. We shall see. But they're going to use this wing. They'll wait till I get mine done to see how it flies, but they'll use this wing. Okay, I'm gonna cut that back. That was a slight sliver right there. That's okay. So, what do we want to do to fix that? Stick of wood. Stick of wood. So it needs to be 3/8. Make it that long and then cut it off. Now here's a trick. I don't know if you guys can see this. You see that slit right there? There's a slit. Well, that'll look terrible when the covering's on there. So you take a stick of wood and we're going to sand an angle at it on it. Till it's like, see if I can show you, till it's like that. Then we'll stick it in here. And glue it. And sand it off. You'll never see it. We got lots of sanding to do though. Ten and 15. We got 10 watchers. I hope you 10 are learning something. There are no mistakes. There's just answers. So let's see here. Why am I hung up there? There we go. Okay. And that looks like doo-doo. Take a lot of sanding to get that done. Trying to hold the radius of the trailing edge all the way to the tip, or the leading edge all the way to the tip. And I got the crud. Actually, I got the balsa dust. Okay, let's see if we can make it look good on this side now. Because it don't look good yet. But it will. One of my more difficult shaping projects. Because of the oddball nature of it, you know, it's not on center, it's not symmetrical, it's offset by 3/8 of an inch. So you got to figure out how to make it look symmetrical while it's offset. But anybody want to bet I get it? I'm almost caught up to John in his wing now. And yesterday he told me tonight I'm gonna work on another wing. Okay, I'm gonna build one of these. going to have to put some Z-epoxy on this to harden up the wood around it so it looks good when it's done. So let's see here. The covering comes down like so. It's going to have to get okay, doesn't look good in there, so let's see, let's grab some of this. I need to get my other rib in here so I know where the angle of this has to be. This part here is going to be difficult because it's hard to soft wood. That's not going to look good there like that, so I might have to rotary grind it, I'm not sure. Whatever it takes is what it'll take, because I'll get it to look right. Cut that inside back a little bit. At least once this is done, we'll be on to something more exciting than this. So I got 10 hours in making tips, 5 hours a tip. Never thought it would take that long. It is what it is. Oop, don't go nowhere. That little doodad right there is just to keep the covering from puckering, and it will pucker right there. We got a high spot there and a high spot there. I'm probably going to have to Dremel it, knock it down and fill it back. Oh, man. There we go. We got it out now. That wasn't so bad. Bob Ross, King of Sanding, is at it again. Sanding and sanding. I'm going to have to go over and see what Bad Chad has done to his goofy pickup truck. What a piece of junk. Man, no eyes for style. What do you expect out of a knucklehead? got a bunch to go there. It's just a few thousands now, but still there. Got to figure out how to get this hardwood down right there. I guess it's probably going to take a Dremel. Well, thank you. That balsa dust. That high spot right there. So let me show you how to put that rib in. We're at 2 hours. I'll put that rib in and I'll end the stream and keep working, but I'll come back later on. Okay, how would you figure out a rib for there? Because there are no patterns for that. Well, I use a plug when I cut for the hole for the wings. So I made up a rib template and sheeted it up to the final size of the sheeting. So what I did was I plotted that that's where the front would be and that's where the back would be, leaving probably 3/8 more in the front so that I can undercut and have something to glue to. So we'll do this. Oh man, dust. Yeah, we can use that, I suppose. I'd rather have a 3/32 piece. That's an 18. There we go. So we're going to plot a rib without a rib. So we want to go put that on the line. You can see what I'm doing, I hope. We're going to figure that has to hang under there 3/8 of an inch. Draw the line. Then we're going to drop down. This is more like a I-beam rib than it is a regular rib. So this is the end, and this is the drop down. You get nothing out of this video except for this. It was worth watching. Because this is how you repair wings, actually. Got a broken rib or whatever. Just plot one out and glue it in there. Of course, this is a lost foam. If you break one, you just make a new one and stick it in. It should fit perfect. See how thick that is? Probably that thick right there. Well, I didn't make it quite long enough, so we'll remake it. Oh man, got 3/16 short. Not a problem. Just let's see here. Let's do it right. Greasy will make it that far. I would rather have it long so I could cut and hand fit it than Don't put parts on your airplane that don't fit perfect. You've spent so much time working on it. If it don't fit perfect, make another part. It ain't worth it. Because in the end, you'll kick yourself in the rear. You go, oh, wow, why didn't I make a new one of those? That looks like hell. Okay, let's get this right. So we need an angle on this. You need to cut a 16th off the bottom, just like you would on a beam wing. So sit on the plate. There we go. Need to relieve it to there. It's got to be on this side. So make it long so I can sand into it. That's perfect. So where's the glue? So make sure they're parallel. They are. Come on. Get a tack on it anyway. Tack weld it. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, now cap strip. Hopefully I got a piece. I don't have to cut another piece. Yeah, maybe. That's it. So let's sand this square back this way. Need a little more. Now, just because I got this far doesn't mean I'm going to quit sanding on it, because it ain't finished. It won't be finished until I think it's perfect. The shape. Close is not good enough. Because Jim Lynch will go, hey, what are you going to do about that? If you can impress Jim Lynch, you're doing something. That guy is so good. He is a good builder. Him and Charlie Reeves. There we go. Well, looking at the picture, it looks like I'm going to have to cut that down right there. Covering's going to come, it's going to be a high spot right there. So, I'll take a little grinding. So it's going to come up high right there. I'm going to have to grind on that. Well, are you guys bored to death yet? Yeah, I'm going to have to grind that with a Dremel. I can see that coming. Because there ain't no way I'm going to sand that without interfering with the balsa wood. So we'll take off camera. I'll take a Dremel and I'll cut all this away to make it more conform to the shape of the tip. But let me put the eyelets in it and show you how this thing operates. You know, you guys have seen it. It's my standard modus operandi nonsense. But it is a lot better than that slider. There's one. There's one. Well, I know I got another one. Let it drop down on the floor. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more of them long ones from John. Come on. He gave me two and I dropped it in the trash, and there's no way I'm gonna dig out the trash for his brass little eyelet. No way. They go in like so. Unless it rolled back over here. I don't see it though. Yeah. I guess you could put the shorts in it. There's one. No. Well, I got one that's painted. Oh man, I'm gonna have to know where he got them from, so I can buy some. That's too small. No, I don't have them anymore. Either that or I gotta make them. One. But it's only two I got. Yeah. I guess I could use these. These are nylon bolts. Looks like 440. I could drill a hole right down through it, put the lead out in, and screw them in the end. I don't know. So I'll get a couple more from John. Either that or I'll have to know where he buys them so I can get a couple hundred. But we don't need them right this second because we ain't going flying. Well, that's it in a nutshell. That's how I've done this. It's gonna take some more sanding, but I don't want to bore you guys with the sanding, so I'll end the video, finish it up. When I come back later, we'll start the flap setup, flap bell crank mounting thing. But it's got, man, I got it. This thing has just got to be done by the end of this week. I'm like 2 weeks behind. Of course, there ain't really no behind because I'm in no rush to finish it. But I'm figuring about 3 months to finish the airplane. So it won't be done till first of next year. This is August, September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, it's 5 months out from completion. So how long have I been working on it? That would be 7 months to put it together. 1 hour at a time, 7 months. 7 threes is 21, 210 hours. Plus, there's about 300 hours. Maybe it'll take longer. because even though I broadcast it 1 hour at a time, or maybe 2 hours at a time, there's many times that I work on it that I'm not broadcasting. It's just too boring. You know, when I cut the ribs, you certainly don't want to see me cut all them stupid ribs. Shoot, we got 10 hours of wingtips on here already. Built the rudder twice. I got this one, and I got the built-up one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. This one, I like this one better, but it's not as light. But you never know. I might decide, well, this one looks better. Thank you, Marcel. Turn it over and let the sand on the top too. And I gotta clean this place up. It's full of dust. I'm gonna have to cut this back, I think. I'm not sure. Sand it back. I want that covering line to be one straight line. I don't want a goofy line. I know. I need to. That's what it is. That's what it is. I got to sand this off here like so, and then round it over. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for watching 2.5 hours of boring stuff. Appreciate it. And I'll be back later on this evening. And we'll start working on the flaps and the bell crank mount. Fair wings, tight lines. See ya.